share the screen with the presentation. So, heartily welcome to our presentation of the TimeWaver Mini Workshop, today in English, all around the world. And I'm happy to present you now lots of ideas of my TimeWaver work, my 12-13 years of TimeWaver work and integrative medicine. And I want to inspire you to use the TimeWaver, to be part of the TimeWaver therapist family. And my vision and mission is, my vision is to have a great global network of TimeWaver therapists to be linked and joined together, to support one another, and to have a really good, work and really good ideas and technology to support our clients, our patients, and to do all the very best to support one another in knowledge and in support. I dream of a therapist family around the world in many languages with the technology of TimeWaver, information and frequency medicine. And my mission is to give to you all my love, all my experience, all my knowledge, that you will be great and you will give the knowledge to your patients and serve them best. I will be there for you. And now let's see what the TimeWaver will show us to live in the TimeWaver frequency and information field idea together. Yeah, this is me. I've created the mosaic medicine because it shall be. Please, can you unmute your microphones? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. The mosaic medicine shall be an idea of putting mosaic pieces together, like information medicine, like frequency medicine, like supplements, nutrition, movement, and much more, detoxification, vitamins, minerals, the holistic idea of doing mosaic medicine and information medicine. Our 5 TimeWaver themes are today. What's the TimeWaver and what are the applications for? What can we do with it? And how and how I can explain to you the TimeWaver. Dina, bitte kannst du sehen, dass dort alles ausgeschaltet ist. Das bringt mich immer raus. Danke.
Ja, ich bin dabei.
Super. So, what does a typical TimeWaver analysis look like? We will see how to work with the TimeWaver. We will switch. This is the presentation screen, and here's my TimeWaver, and both are linked with the technology. I hope it works well. And I will go to the TimeWaver afterwards and share the screen from there. And we will do some analysis together to see what is possible, how we can work with it, and see more. What is the organ currency? What the soul of the organs will show to us. I will make an organ currency with a real patient to you, and you can see this real patient, but with a masked name. What databases will the TimeWaver offer? I will show you the databases, and we will have this live training where we can analyze a patient, a real patient, and this will be our job today. I'm a TimeWaver therapist since the very beginning of the TimeWaver area. 13 years ago, I started with Markus Schmieke and with the first ones who get a TimeWaver, who work with the TimeWaver. And since this day, I am inspired of this technology, of this possibilities and opportunities that we have all together. And each day I'm more excited and more lucky and happy that I'm blessed with this wonderful technology to have the link in the information field, to analyze in the higher dimensions and get the benefit in our visual world. My idea is to get better and better and give this knowledge to you. What's the TimeWaver? The TimeWaver has a disclaimer like the Healy 2. The TimeWaver systems are medical products for pain and treatments of chronic pain in the USA and in the European Union too, for fibromyalgia, skeletal pain and migraines, as well as for supportive treatment of mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, and the relating sleeping disorders. And this we have to do, and to say this because the stool medicine doesn't accept other treatments and other medical use because it's not yet proved in school medicine. I have to say this, and we have to recognize this. TimeWaver is not proved as a medical device in the USA, but as a wellness device. Anyone can use it. It's not forbidden, but it's not a medical device, and we shall notice this too. What is information medicine? Information, consciousness, energy, and frequencies. In the beginning was the Word, says the Bible. The word is pure information, and the Word was with God. That means God spoke. God had the word. God spoke and had something to say. God spoke. This was in pure information, and with this information, this is filled with consciousness, and the information and consciousness together are spoken, and an energy is created. And God was the Word. I translate this like this: the Word is emitted with consciousness, oscillation, energy, and frequency. So at the beginning, there were consciousness, the pure consciousness of the highest divine source. There were vibration, frequency, energy, and information. And of all these patterns, our universe has been created. It's an old knowledge, and not only in the Bible, at the Vedic scripts and the Vedic books of the old Indian knowledge, there is written too that these books are not related to other former books. They are only in the original type there. That means a very, very, very old knowledge of frequency, information, and consciousness has already been there all the times that we know. And in the nowadays times, the quantum physics researchers, the psychologists, scientists, philosophers as well, they discovered several things. And there were Niels Bohr, Erwin Schrödinger, Anton Zeitlinger, Nikola Tesla, Burkhard Heim, Rupert Sheldrake, and Carl Gustav Jung. And Markus Schmieke too is an important researcher in this case because he linked the philosophy and the science together. And maybe the TimeWaver can be seen as the missing link between science and spirituality. The TimeWaver system is based on the knowledge of millions of years, and the origin of the creating of the world It's a very long time that it exists, and now we have words for it, we have science, we have words to describe all the processes of the universe. And these processes are controlled by a multidimensional quantum physical information field. The information field is meant that all is described there, unwritten, of course, is described there what have ever been and what will ever be, linked at the same moment, because in the higher dimensions there is no more time. This is the 12-dimensional model of the universe, like Burkhard Heim created it. The German physics, Burkhard Heim, he was a researcher, and he was known by Markus Schmieke too. And with the knowledge of Burkhard Heim, Markus Schmieke developed the TimeWaver, and later on the TimeWaver frequency, the TimeWaver home, and the Healy. And the Healy had the opportunity to be spread over the world, that we are together now. So one causes the other. This is a chain of multi-functional linking and connection. And now I want to describe you the 12-dimensional model of the universe of Burkhard Heim. The first 4 levels here, dimension 1, 2, 3, these are our geometrical dimensions that we know. The 4th dimension, this is the time. In the 5th and 6th dimension, the TimeWaver will analyze with a noise generator and a Kozyrev mirror. That means there are 2 noise sources, and they are comparing the patterns, the noise patterns together. And these are the lower 2 holes of the TimeWaver. Afterwards, I will show you what I mean with another picture. These are the 2 dimensions, the 5th and the 6th, where the Healy is working too. The Healy resonance is doing his analyze in the 5th and 6th dimension. And the TimeWaver now has another 2 dimensions with a light quantum resonator. The light quantum resonator, this is a mirror with a photon machine, and the photons are emitted on this mirror, and they can decide themselves if they will be reflected or if they will go through the mirror. And so we have 1-0 pattern for a digital use. And Markus Schmieke has developed this light quantum resonator, LQR, and this is in the upper hole of the TimeWaver. So we have 4 dimensions to analyze with the TimeWaver, and the upper one is the global information field of consciousness. And the upper room, the upper dimensions is the ghost spirit, the spirit dimension, where is the source of all consciousness, the source of love. We can think about that our souls will go there when they are no more in our bodies. And this is the source of unconditional love and pure light and the pure inspiration and all the source, the divine source of anything. In these upper dimensions here, there is no time and space. That means this is all together. So we can too, if we do the analyze here, we do it here timeless and spaceless. We need the time in our visual world to represent ourselves. We need the time to make experiences and to live and to decide the difference. The duality is only possible in the four-dimensional world, because here all is one. One time, one space, normally no time and no space. It's not easy to understand in our brain where is a place without time and space. But in the upper dimensions, we can think about this. So we can analyze there with the TimeWaver and the Healy 2, but with the TimeWaver, this middle 4 dimensions, in the timeless and spaceless room, we can analyze the status quo. We can take it, read it, see it, recognize it, and change it to the desired state. And how this goes, we will explain afterwards. And we will explain it more in the TimeWaver core training that will start next month. And there I will tell you more about this while this workshop. This was Burkhard Hein. So the important ideas that he found out were all information patterns are stored as a collective consciousness. That means our consciousness, my consciousness and your consciousness is part of the entire holistic consciousness of the universe. All patterns are readable and overwritable. That means they are changeable. And this is the most interesting point that we need as a therapist. Each therapist will change the state of his patients to the better. So we have to analyze, to focus, and put it into the desired state. This is the work with the TimeWaver. Quantum physics gives us evidence that spiritual action changes matter. So many researchers did the proofs that the item that we spoke about, that it works. And in my practice of 12, 13 years with TimeWaver, later frequency and Healy now, I felt that it really works. I don't need directly research proof, even if it's very interesting. I have the proof every day with my patients, and they are lucky, and it works. It works really, and I give you all my heart and knowledge that it works with your patients too. Our own consciousness is part of the creation process. That means we create the universe every moment with our own consciousness and our interaction with the universe. We are creators too. We are tiny little creators, part of the great and big creator and the collective creation field. We do our part and create every moment of our life ourselves. And we can create our lives better than before if we know how. And the TimeWaver can help us with it. Influence on the change of material processes by consciousness is not only possible, it's the basis of the material existence. This means it doesn't work in another way than creating our world by consciousness, frequency, information, energy. I think this is what Nikola Tesla wants to say to us when he thought, if you want to understand the universe, think about frequency and energy. Possible applications. How can we use, as a doctor, therapist, entrepreneur, or practice owner, the TimeWaver? All what we do with the TimeWaver is accompanying processes of transformation. We will guide our clients or our own practice or own clinic or business with the TimeWaver. We see the is state, the status quo, finding insight through analyze with the TimeWaver. So we have information, what's the status quo. And with the focus, we will bring the desired state to the here and now. The should manifest the transformation into the desired state. So we have an is and a should, a desired status. And all what we need is a focus, how we want to change it. And the focus is very important. In the German workshop this morning, I found a little explanation. We live here not far from the city of Cologne in Germany. And if we want to go to Cologne, okay, let's go to Cologne. So we go into our car and drive to Cologne. And then as we reach the frontier of Cologne, what will we do here? Why we are in Cologne? Which road shall we take? Where will we go to? Without a goal, without a focus, we have nothing to do. And this is the same in medical usement. Without a focus, we cannot go on. But if we say, for the example, we will go to the library and the bookstore in Cologne, center of Cologne, Gonski, and we'll go to the third floor and buy there a book of quantum physics. So now we have a goal, we have a direction, we can see what we really want to do, and we are ready to do this. We will not be influenced by the right and left side, but we have our goal to go there. And this is what the focus shall be for. Let's talk about the focus a little bit more. The focus is the desirable target for an analysis. Before every analyze, you will met a focus in what you desire, what do you want to know and to change with this analyze. And you put the focus in as it's like a fixed star that we want to reach and always have in view. There's a little history, a little story too. There is a German trainer, Vera Birkenbiel. She has yet died, but there are many recordings in German from Vera Birkenbiel. And she told a story in one of her recordings. The story was Napoleon with an officer. They were in a tent looking at the gray sky in the night. And Napoleon asked his fellow, "What do you see over there in the sky?" The fellow said, "What shall I see? There are clouds, nothing more." "But behind the clouds," said Napoleon, "there is my fixed star, and I knew always that it is there." Like this fixed star, our focus shall be. We bring the desired state into the present, we tell it positively, and our consciousness forms the bridge. You know my metaphor with the bridge. If you go one step towards the universe will come to you 2 steps. If you have this always in the back of your mind, all things will go easier. Go one step towards the universe and the universe will come up to you 2 steps. Examples of the transformation of a good focus. If I don't want to be afraid anymore, if you ask your patient what he wants to be or not to be, or what is his focus? "Oh, I don't want to be afraid anymore." Most of the time they say what they don't want to be, what they don't want to have. If you turn this in a positive desired state, in a good focus, that will attract the goal and the desired state in the here and now for you or your patient, then you can see, I'm free of fear and at peace within myself. Thank you. this thank you will give more power of it, because the gratefulness warms the heart and gives peace again and helps to manifest the focus a little bit more. But for the business, it's the same. I'm tired of it. My practice or business should finally move out of financial difficulty. If you are a businessman or a businesswoman, you would know it. Maybe with your clients, they say, I am in a financial desolate state and I want to get rid of it. How to formulate it positive? I feel completely comfortable with the wonderful job I have or business I have in my practice and resonate with new patients and clients daily. There are more patients or clients every day that suit me, and my business is financially stable and growing to a monthly profit of, and there put in what you want to earn each month. This is another point of view. If you read left and right, you feel directly different into your own heart and soul. You feel the difference, and you will see, yes, this is the way I want to talk now. Change your wording, change your words, choose them wisely, because they become reality. I want to sleep, so I don't want to sleep so terribly anymore. Change it to, my night sleep is deep and restful. Thank you. Another two, I don't want to just work on it anymore. I want to have a plan by which I succeed. Turn it on. I'm focused on my innermost self. It's easy for me to find my way, plan and attract the right people who can take me further on my path. Thank you. Or the last one, I finally want to get rid of my cancer, or of my knee pain, my back pain, my headaches, whatever. Turn it to a general focus. You can take it and use it for every situation with your clients too. All my cells are optimally healthy. My cell tension is at the optimal level. All organs and systems are functioning properly. I'm healing more and more every day. Thank you. And if we do a focus, only with the focus itself, we feel yet a little bit better, isn't it? Questions and answers. Dina, do you have yet some questions for us?
No questions until now, but if you have a question, you can type it into the chat, and Lisa will now take her time to answer them. But if there are no questions at this point, that's no problem at all. We will have a later question and answer session too. So, so yes, maybe there is a question from Liz. How many statements can be entered?
One at a time. You will see it afterwards in the analyze with the TimeWaver where to place the focus and what to do. Okay.
And Marie-Eline is asking, do you need a specific TimeWaver machine, or can we use our Healy?
For this TimeWaver analyze, we need a special TimeWaver machine. But the thinking, what we learn, we can use with the Healy too. The formulation of the focus and the thinking in quantum physics, that we need for the Healy too, as a therapist especially. Yes. I will tell you a little bit more. Later on, I will offer you a TimeWaver core training, about 5 months. I will speak about this a little bit more detailed later on. But inside the TimeWaver core training, you will learn all details you need for your thinking spiritually and in quantum physics. and to use the TimeWaver too. Even if you have a TimeWaver machine or not. If you want to buy some one day, I will guide you to choose the best for your practice, your business, your clinic, and support you in all of this. So if there are any questions, ask me. But for now, for today, and two, for the TimeWaver core training, you don't need any TimeWaver machine. You need your brain, your thinking, and your spirituality, and your open heart. And we are working on a technology that you will be able to use my TimeWaver remotely. And I think 99% it will work. We are not yet completely ready with this, but for today, it's okay like this. Will this help you, Liz?
Then we have another question from Sarah. How does the TimeWaver turn that focus into a frequency?
The information is pure frequency. You don't need a frequency by number because the number is only a translation of the frequency itself. The microcurrent frequency is the number, is the frequency of the movement, the sinus curve in a second. Yes, a frequency of 1 is 1 sinus curve in a second. This is a description of a frequency. But information is pure frequency. It's a multitasking frequency. Okay? It doesn't have to be converted in a frequency because it is yet a frequency.
Okay, there's another question from Romana. I'm interested in analyzing in the information field. How do you read the results? Examples, maybe, please. Thank you so much. I think we will do this in the next few minutes.
Yes.
Yes. So there's another question. How can I use my TimeWaver remotely? So your TimeWaver, I think if you have an own TimeWaver device, you can use it at your home. And but what Lisa was talking about, that you can also use her TimeWaver device.
Yes, that's right. I think the more specific questions, we will answer it while doing the analyze with the TimeWaver now, because we have prepared it. But at first we will see again here, what's the next, what we will do. Oh, this is the picture I want. Yeah, Dina, excuse me, please.
Two more questions. What is the maximum amount of focus statements that should be entered to broadcast for the month?
This is a question that needs a great breadth and several things. I think we should take this in the core training. It's not for now, okay?
Okay. And when we have to focus or set our intention, do we have to set our focus throughout the session or just in the beginning?
If we want to be occupied with the subject that we want to balance, that we want to do, then we have to do the focus before. This means I want to give the example again with the car and the ride to Cologne. If I'm going to my car, I'm going to my car knowing what I will do, where I want to go, what I want to do there, and how to go the way. So before using my car and entering my car, I know the focus. I want to go to Cologne, to the library and the bookstore, Gonski, to the second floor or the third floor and buy a quantum physics book. So if we want to start and analyze, so I have here my dog. This dog has back pain, and I want that the back pain, that my dog is free of back pain. And I have to concentrate. Here's my client. What do I want to do really here? Of course, I want my dog or my client or my business is healthy and good and works well, but it's not enough. You take with the focus a part of all focusing on this exactly before you start with the analyze. Then you go and do it, excuse me. And while sending and pressing the button, you say the focus again. And this moment, the focus is connecting to the frequency and working much better than without focus.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Lisa. That were all questions for now.
Thank you, Dina. Please collect the next questions while doing the TimeWaver work here. That in the next question and answer session we are prepared. And please type your question in that we can read it one after the other. Thank you. So I want to show you this, and thank you, Dina, too. And here I want to show you in this picture the lower two holes. This is decoration only. The lower ones, they are with the noise generators and the Kozyrev mirrors, and these one beneath, under this one in the TimeWaver device, there's a light quantum resonator. And now we will see several things while analyzing and changing to the other TimeWaver here. What databases and modules are available in the TimeWaver? I will give you a short overview, not so long, because in the core training we will go there detailed and see, but in this moment you can have an idea and a glimpse of TimeWaver paradise, what will await you. And how do you create your own databases? We can do it in the organ coherence. We will see what does the soul of the organs tell us, because we are not doing with the TimeWaver a physical analysis. We are not taking some blood or measuring the pulse or anything, or not a palpation of the intestinum. We are analyzing the soul of the organs in the information field, in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th dimension. That means the soul of the organs, the information field of the organs. And everyone of us knows that the organs are linked to emotions, the lungs and respirations to grief, and the kidneys to anxiety, the heart to love. We know all of this. And this we can see in the organ coherency too. You will see it afterwards. You will see what a typical TimeWaver analysis look like. We have a patient, Albert, available, and this is here Albert anwesend from the German ones. We will see all these items and these details in the TimeWaver now. So I will stop this one and open the other one. So this is the TimeWaver doing his balancing work. And we go to stop here now and have the patient Albert. And all the other patients are masked for the data protection. And at first we will do aura photography, and you will see it. And if we do this aura here, we can see the change. The crown chakra is very well, and the heart is a little bit low, and the solar plexus chakra too. And if we see here, it's like the Healy, you see here the coherence analyzed. The more the outcome of this bars are, the more the chakra is not in balance. Yes, it's like a pendulum. The more you go right or left, the more disbalanced are the chakras. So we see here the green one and the yellow one, it's the heart and solar plexus. And then we can analyze the chakra here, maybe the heart, and go afterwards in a list and send the list. You know it yet? We will go to the heart chakra and analyze it because it's the lowest one. Now the TimeWaver is working in all the dimensions. And now what you can see here, we can do here an interval from the 25th today to the 25th of March, 1 month, yes, 4 weeks. We have here the repetition, all 56 minutes for 8 seconds. This has the TimeWaver chosen, but if I want to change it, I can see what it chooses again. Oh, all minute for 1 second, the TimeWaver will work day and night. And if we say here, individual, we will go there every 19 hours for 1 minute. This is a useful repetition and duration of the sending, and we will save it. And here in the lists, we can see I had done some lists in the morning. The aura analysis of the heart chakra is here with the interval. We can see which lists are working for Albert anwesend, Albert available, and do this. The next one is the energy point medal. The energy point is very interesting because we can choose what we want to analyze here and see some points. Maybe you know this one, I've chosen one because you know it, is the cell tension. And here are the numbers. The optimal cell tension is about minus 70 millivolts. And here we see the going on the hypernatriämie from 12 millimole up to 150 millimole. And while losing his cell tension, the cell gains a natrium and becomes acidic inside. So we have here, you cannot read it very well, so I will read it for you. This is the point where the cell is more old, and here will become pain and inflammation and swelling, and the blood flow is not optimal. And between 12 and 15 millivolts, it gets the cells get cancer and participate and part uncontrolled. And all these points are analyzed that we see here. And it's the same one. The more the microvoltage of the cells, the more the pendulum goes out, the more is it out of balance. You see here pain, and the 50 millivolt cell is nearly nothing with 4 and 9%. And the 12 millivolts, it's not a lot of the cells which are not so good. So we can now see that we go in the detail and see
Lisa?
here, yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Is it possible to change it into English, or
this one I don't have in English, and it's so tiny, maybe you cannot see it really good. I will translate everything that is important now. This module is made in Germany, in German language. It doesn't exist because it's a self-made one.
Okay.
For the core training, I will translate all the things in English, and also this this energy point module. But it's so important to know it, that we see it, and I explain the details.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have to listen really carefully.
Yes, and now we see it's not to read all the detail, but to understand how the TimeWaver works in general. And it's to see the idea, not to read the details. Yes, it's too quick to understand all the details and read all. And some things are self-explainable, and I will explain all and translate it. Yes?
But if there is somebody interested in buying a TimeWaver, it's possible to buy the programs also in English, right?
This is a self-made program from me. It exists at the moment only in German. But for the core training, I will translate it. The TimeWaver itself, it's a very important question. The TimeWaver itself, we can change the language to English. I have not yet done it because I have prepared this, and in the core training all will be in English and prepared in English. But to have a tiny little glimpse to see what the numbers are the same, and I explain what it is, 12 millivolt rests, 12 millivolt. I choose a simple thing, it's easy to understand. Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you, Dina. So now we can do the same with the list and can see here how the list is made. It's the same, the interval and the time, the date, and the repetition of the day and duration. And we can save it now here and send it for the patient. We have here lots of things. He have the data of the clients. He can see the lists, what he have for the lists, what have we done. And here are the templates. And in the templates, you can create the templates too, like energetic cleaning. I've prepared the energetic cleaning. And if we use it, the TimeWaver tests every single phrase and sentence that we met in, and the most important that is understandable for anyone is the relevance. The relevance is always 100 because we have made this database of a template ourselves. The intensity with here 4 and 10 and 9 and 3. It's the intensity from 1 to 10 that we know from the Healy 2. This one, the patient need this entry with a 10, with a power of 10. And here have the potency, with the C is for the soul. We have some C. The D1, the D is the corporal level. And the LM is the spiritual, mental level. Here we can set up how months and weeks and days we want to have. Normally, we will do it for a month. Energetic cleaning for a month. And we set it now, we have the month here, and we can analyze how often this shall be done. Every hour for 17 seconds. And we can do it manually here if we want to change it. Every 4 hours, maybe for 37 seconds. And save. Here are the focus texts. Here are some focus texts, and we can save our focus text and use them for the new client again. If we have the idea here, we have very good focus text and we are concentrating to change things to better, we can save here all our focus text and the mental level and private, partnership and mental soul level and the environment. There's a lot of focuses that we can prepare ourselves and are in the TimeWaver, and I will give you some focus texts in the core training too. Here are dimensions. Dimensions are other things in the system, are some dimensions. And if you work with a TimeWaver and prepare something, you can do it by sets. And here are lots of sets you can use for examiner, for cleaning and detoxification, for animals, for the Blood Life Power webinar that I prepared once. There are lots of sets. You can prepare your work that you don't have to change, to choose and search every time things are new. Here you can do the analyze. That will mean you have lots of databases. Here, the spiritual level, the karmic systemical level, the psychological level, the level of information, energy, frequency, physiological, detoxification, microbes, healing methods, business and finance, questions and tests, buildings and living, and special things like guiding processes, anti-aging, learning and examiner. There are lots of prepared databases, more than 500,000 databases, 600,000, more than 600,000 databases are inside here. There are also professional business, TimeWaver Biz. Moment. Here, TimeWaver Biz is a very professional database for the business men and women for you. My friend and colleague Christiane Brandt has made this for the TimeWaver, for the management and the building, balancing of building and real estates, products, and lots more for the business, for marketing and selling. You can guide processes. If it is a process of getting better in health, or if it is a process to improve, to empower your business. For the TimeWaver, it's the same. And we have here wonderful databases to work with. Even here for the dentists, more than 1,400 database entries for only for dentists here. And here you see with user, there are lots of databases you can describe and you can create yourself. If you have maybe a practice for children wish, you will be occupied with gynecology, urology, for all the details and questions around this topic. So you can create your own databases, your own focuses, your own templates, your own sets, your own energy points that we made for this special item, special topic of your business. And how to do this, I will explain you in the core training. And afterwards, the core training, there will be detailed training to several topics. So we will start now a very wonderful TimeWaver community to work together, to exchange, to help, to support, and to treat our patients good, better, and best. If you want to copy something, this is the TimeWaver again, symbol of the TimeWaver. You can put the original point here and the empty globules or the empty liquid there, and you can take the noise pattern and the frequency pattern from maybe a medicament or a plant, and you can copy the information on a globally or on water and put it here. And you can even, if you have made the lists, you can inform your water with the TimeWaver. You can inform maybe a stone or something, again, that you wear, or a bracelet. You can inform nearly anything that you can put out directly on the TimeWaver and put the information and the lists for the special patient on top of this thing. It's very interesting. And here in the My TimeWaver are things like aura, business, the feng shui, and the house is the house, and winning customers, the labor, learning, marketing. There are lots of things there in English too. We have the aura here. With the cardio, we can see how the stress parameters are and analyze them detailed. And with the special TimeWaver cardio point, I have it last time. I have it here. It's another item from the TimeWaver with the pulse, with the finger pulse. You know it from the oxygen test. And you can see here what's about the heart rate variability, and analyze all the stress and the stress index and the details of the cardiology topic. In this energy points, you can create more energy points. I will choose another one for you. Like this, we have the hand reflexology. What about with the spine and the intestinum and the eyes, lymphatic system? We can put a picture on it. We can put some energy points and zones, and we can, in the back office, we can link some databases with it and create our own programs here. With the GenoWave, it's a very important thing. We can do here, a family setting, but not only for family. You can set up yourself and your business and the clients, or you can set up anxiety. You can set up your business or the market or the price and see what is looking at who or whom and how the relationship are. And you can help here. I have not yet done some for Albert, so I cannot show you directly this. Moment. I did something. Okay, the cardio and the organ currency. We were at the organ currency. We need the client now. Excuse me. Sometimes there is we will find it back, no problem. We will go now in the organ currency and do a new organ currency. In the organ currency, you see the soul of the organs. It is analyzed here, all the organs, and we see it in a pattern. Here, the green one is the corridor of regulation. Here are all organs and system. Here are well done. In the right one, you will see the underregulated ones. These are the organs. They are a little bit weak, a little bit not so present. They need power, they need life power and some energy. And here at the blue side, there are the overregulated organs with the tendency to be blockaded. And now we find no organs here because the morning we did some. At first, this was the first organ currency of this morning. We had both sides. And after balancing it for some seconds, for 37 seconds, we have the second analyzed like this. That means the organs of this place were gone back to the corridor of regulation, and here there were left only 3 instead of 4. Yes, and now we did a new analyze, and it was stable from now. But if we want to see now what about the throat, we can do more analyze with this. We can balance it now in a balancing feed. We can see here what is the cause of this disbalance. And we can see here, while analyze, we can see the toxins of biological system allergies. We have allergies here, bacteria and viruses, metals, environmental toxins, allopathic medicaments, dental materials, and not infection like inflammations and radiation, disturbance of radiation, and some toxins and mold. And if you go here in the first one, you can see by allergies, it's from nutrition, from what it is, insects and metal. What about this? And if you go here, you see in the middle, here are appearing some balancing medicine. And if you choose this, there are the patterns, the recorded patterns are there, and you can create a list. Here, if you take it, you can create a list. And so you can see, oh, what's about spices? Yeah, what can I do with spices? Here are some. And you take it, and you can go one by one and take it, that these things help to create a list with the remedies that can support the balancing of the allergy and of the other items that we have here. And with this now we can create a list so that the throat of Albert is directly treated with the information that fits in for these allergies. So we have this one and can see again the relevance, the intensity. We can see here what's important for him. Okay, this is 82% with a power of 9 in a mental level. The mushrooms, maitake and reishi. So if we read it and see it's with a power of 9 and a relevance from 82%, it's very important. All relevances about 63% are important because they fit in the golden ratio. And if we read it here, we can say, oh, patient, take please the maitake and reishi too, because if we balance it on the spiritual level with the TimeWaver, and we take it the same moment as a supplement, it will multiply the effect of the organism. If we take it directly and have the noise pattern, the pattern of maitake and reishi too in our information field. So we will see once a day. I think for the allergy, we can go every 8 hours for 2 minutes to give him a good push for his information field. So what we can do too, we can see the causes, we can do a focus analyze that we will do later on. We will go a deeper analyze. The throat, it's not only the throat, it has part of. What's about the throat? We will do a deeper analyze of the throat, and we will see, there are some parts of the throat under-regulated, and we can do a stimulation of the organ field, all that are under-regulated or all together. I choose all now, and there will be a list, and I add the list to the list we have yet done from the remedies of the allergy. So everything about the throat is all together now. And safe. What we can do too, of this analyze. We can do an ICDC analyze. What's about ICDC? Diagnosis about the throat, and we can see what the TimeWaver is proposing there. And we see here some ICDC things, and it's okay to read them, and it's okay to add them to the list too. So we take the passive entries, these ones, they are passive in the blue side now, and add them again to our list of the pharynx. So we can work very creative with our TimeWaver, and we can go for the tonsils or the gallbladder too, and do anything with this. And if we want to do a focus analyze, maybe what remedies can help us for the vital status of the vital things, we can put our list here in a focus. So we have the focus here, focus text. The organ currency pharynx will be in the optimal level in the golden ratio, and the regulation, the ability of regulation will be restored. And then we can choose here in the system, in the special levels, we can choose some databases that we want to analyze and see what's about the pharynx, what can help. And it's analyzing, and afterwards we can see which remedy will fit in, how we can support again, what are the underlying blockades, or anything what the TimeWaver is going to resonate to. So I think it's a lot. You have seen it. I will stop it now because I'm sure there are several questions again. What we have again, the timeline, wave genetics, wave screening. There are some other modules here that we can talk about. And here's also a horse wafer. It's a little bit like the organ currency for people with horses. They are the organs of the horses with a special remedy for horses that support the organ system of horses. So it's only a tiny little insight that I can give you today, but it's so easy to do. And if you want to do a list for Albert yourself, you can create a new list with the name and the focus. So if Albert wants to get rid of his allergy, type in, please, how is the best focus that Albert can get rid of his allergy, and he doesn't want his allergy anymore. Is this the red one? So if you can, please type in to turn it to a good focus, then we can put the focus here for Albert. Dina?
Yes, I'm waiting for the first suggestions.
Yes, is there anything?
There are a lot of questions, but for now.
I give you an idea, free from allergy for Albert. There's any idea for a focus text, Dina?
Not for now.
Not for now. I will create one. I can swallow, speak, and live optimal with my throat, free from disturbing and in optimal health. Thank you. So I set it up, and now I can go here in the ist and the desired state, and I can create a list. My throat is full of energy. And so we can go on and on and on and create a list. And afterwards we can add more frequency, more entries, and can say,
Lisa, there is a suggestion from Julie. She wrote, I can breathe clearly.
Wonderful. I can breathe clearly. So we have 3 entries now, and we can balance it now. We can add more and more entries, maybe 10, 12, sometimes more, but not only to create entries. If we have the idea that it is okay, that it's round, that's complete, then we can close this and create this list. And we will go again here for 1 month, yes, 4 weeks. Well, we have 1 month, and ask the TimeWaver how often you will do it. Every 4 hours for 17 seconds to get rid of the other allergy in the throat. I'm free of allergy, and we do it now. And now we have a lot of lists for Albert with different sending parameters. And if we go here to analyze again, we will see that day and night and optimization, we will see here are all the patients, and here are the following patients, and one after the other is here sent. Now the TimeWaver is working, and all the other clients that are inside, they are programmed one after the other in their time, in their interval, in their duration. And the TimeWaver is now working day and night. And it's okay I think it's okay like this. I will come again to this camera. And now we can ask the questions again.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. So I will start in the beginning. So Romana was asking, how do we inform the water after we did an analyze of all databases frequencies?
1 moment, please. I will go a little bit more here that we are, yes, we are right here in questions answered. Please, can you tell me again this question, Dina?
Yes. How do we inform the water after we did an analysis of all databases frequencies?
So we have a list in the TimeWaver. Then we go to vibrate, and we can vibrate on a client or vibrate on an object. Then we choose vibrate on an object, put our water or bottle of water, put it on the TimeWaver, the top of the TimeWaver, and send the list on it. And we can, the gems or the stones or whatever the jewelry, what we have, we can put on this round of the TimeWaver and let the TimeWaver run this vibrating. Okay.
And she asked also, is this possible in the TimeWaver frequencies and make a module?
We are now speaking here about the TimeWaver Mid and Pro. It is working with pure energy. The TimeWaver frequency and making is another TimeWaver device. It's not included in this TimeWaver. It's another machine. I own this machine, of course, and tool, and we cannot vibrate on objects in the TimeWaver frequency and make it.
Okay, and Sarah's asking, so you have to do scans for a month before you can read his program?
I didn't understand what you asked, Sarah. Excuse me.
Okay, so maybe
What
she
scan?
can.
What? Maybe you can explain what do you mean with scan?
Maybe she can type it in again and.
Please type it again. Now I did it for a month, and after a month I regard this list again and see, do you need this list anymore? I can do an after analyze. I can see if you really need this list and in which mode or kind do you need this list really? So you can use it, or you use it, you don't use, or you do a new analyze. It's not to use one list for several months, in this case of organ currency. How you do it and when and how often and which kind of list, we will do it in the core training, step by step. Okay?
Yes. Julie is asking, do you have to be a neuropath or medically trained to work well with a TimeWaver?
Every person can buy a TimeWaver and work with a TimeWaver. It's a medical device 2A in Germany and the European Union. But you are not limited by purchasing a TimeWaver or working with. Of course, it's more easy. You are a therapist or a medical doctor, because I see it like this: the TimeWaver doesn't work itself. It needs your knowledge, your consciousness, your all of your character and your soul and your feelings to use it. It's not only a lamp you switch on and off, or it's not a game where you push some buttons. The TimeWaver is more. The TimeWaver works only if you and the TimeWaver are connected and with the client. That this is a triangle of you as a therapist and your client and the TimeWaver as a spiritual entity. The TimeWaver is like a pen. Even if you have the best pen, it doesn't write for itself. It can only write and be good in the hand of a good drawer or a good writer. And the TimeWaver itself, it works only good if you have the knowledge of a therapist and the knowledge of spiritual thinking and how the universe works and the quantum physics world works. Okay.
There's another question to the ABC frequency sets we have on our website. So does you set it up with the TimeWaver and then put it together, and how are they applied through the Healy?
When I start to create a customized program for the Healy, if a Healy patient comes to me, I need customized Healy programs. I go to the TimeWaver and analyze there an organ currency. Then I do a focus and see what's the matter with the aura and the meridians, and put it all together that I see what's the matter with this patient. And with this all together, I do a focus of this list, and the focus is the exact analyze of this moment. And with this focus, I analyze which frequencies does he or she need. And with the need of this, there are appearing some frequencies, and I choose the best and fit them together. Afterwards, I switch to the TimeWaver frequency. Normally, the TimeWaver frequency is on this place, and the TimeWaver itself, it's on this place. So I'm working here in my praxis, and this place is now from the laptop for the presentation. And then I'm switching to the TimeWaver frequency, and preparing in the program of the TimeWaver frequency, the 12 frequencies customized for my patient, put it up in a box for the patients, and then there is a field, there I type in the 10 number on our uploading times, Monday and Thursday, and then there comes the ton about the email. I read the ton, type them in, the field will be open. There I can put in the customized programs. Then I close it and I give message to the receiver that the frequencies are there. Okay. And for the 12 programs, we write a therapist plan, an application plan, how to use them. Some of them you can use daily, or if headaches, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, and the others have a rhythm. And this rhythm helps you to get your rhythm of life back and to be balanced in the rhythm of life. This is the person of the 4 weeks application plan.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. So Julie is asking, how long does it take for a client to be fully analyzed?
Oh, several hours. Several hours, sometimes in several sessions.
Okay.
But you do it normally not, you don't analyze one person for 8 hours or so. I do an analyze for 2-3 hours, and I have lots of knowledge. And if there are, of course, this is the first analyze. And next month I continue with the things I have not yet found or not yet analyzed. So we go on with it. Sometimes it's like an onion. You take the first mantellum, and there will be another layer and another layer, and you discover more and more, and you go deeper and deeper, and can help the client more by knowing him better and seeing what he needs and have more connection. This is again the bridge of consciousness. If I can imagine my client, I can feel him. And if I see the analyze of the TimeWaver or the TimeWaver frequency, and we are talking together, it's like the client was in my office, even if it's online. It's not the problem because the connection is time and spaceless. Okay?
Okay. And is it possible to get too much frequencies that have negative effects on the client if done properly?
Is it possible? Yes, it is possible if you do too much and you are maybe electrosensitive, or you have to detox. And if you do too much, you can be tired or overwhelmed, or you can have heavy detox reaction like headaches or diarrhea. You can overdose the frequency, yes.
Okay, and does it always take a month for an issue to clear?
No, the month is only the rhythm. If you have maybe a surgery or anything, then you do the analyze closer together. Or if you have a new client, you do the first after analyze after 14 weeks. If I have a new client, we do the first session together. After 14 days, 2 weeks, we talk again to each other, and we see what the analyze has done, and we see what possibilities are and how the client is at the moment. And at the end of the first month, we do the first after analyze, reanalyze, and see what has changed. And the patient, normally the first month, there's a lot of changing, and then we create the frequencies, then we create how we go on, what is the focus for the client, what is the most important thing that we do. Most clients arriving in my practice are chronic illness patients. They have several items and several focuses, but we decide together what we will do first. And we will go on step by step, but continuously. Okay?
And the last question for now, If we buy the TimeWaver Pro, can we order an English version and get
Yes, of
support
course.
in the US? And how much is it?
How much? If you want to buy a car, what is the cost of a car? Can you answer this? Do you mean a matchbox car for children? Do you mean a small one, or a lorry to transport wood? Or so it's not to be answered very easily. What is your purpose? What is your practice for? What do you need? What do you want? What kind of patients do you have in your practice? Are you a businessman or woman? Do you want to use it for the business purpose? What do you want to do with your TimeWaver? Then we can customize your TimeWaver, and I'm the right person to guide you to customize your right TimeWaver, what you really need. And yes, you can buy a TimeWaver, and the support is not in America, it's only in Germany. We have the TimeWaver support, it's much better than the Healy support, and I will of course support you and guide you and be at your side if you buy a TimeWaver with me. I will help you through all the process, and there are many possibilities, and it's up to 24,000, no, not 24,000 euro and more. You can spend more and more if you need other versions and other modules and other additional things.
And how many clients can you broadcast per month? Is there a limit or is it limitless?
It's limitless, but it's depending on the time you send. If you do every 8 hours for half an hour, yes, you can see it's limited by the time you give the patients. Okay. And sometimes you can combine the lists, that you have not 3 lists of 2 minutes, and you can combine this list and had only 1 list for 2 minutes. Okay? And the list is full of all the information. I can support you to see how to optimize the clients. Maybe 40, 50, 60, it depends on how you work with the time and intelligent time manage with the clients. Okay. Without losing the purpose, yes? You can have the same purpose and the same quality, but with an intelligent usage, you can do more, put more clients in. Yes.
Okay, so there is right now one more question. I think afterwards we should go on. If someone has detox issues, parasites, and heavy metals, do you work one before another or all at the same time?
I think this is an answer we can go in the core training. It's not for today. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. So I think we can continue.
Okay. So we have talked a lot about the TimeWaver core training, and what can you expect in the TimeWaver core training, even without your own TimeWaver. My idea was to create this TimeWaver core training that you learn thinking, that you learn how the information field works, how frequency works, how quantum physics works, and how to think in these terms of frequency and information. And I will create a possibility that you can use my TimeWaver remotely, and we will do it together. It's not yet ready, the technology, but it will go for a while that you can use the TimeWaver, you can yet work with it and decide afterwards when do you want to buy your own TimeWaver. But all this information that you get in the core training, it lasts for you forever because it's a change of thinking and you own this change of thinking, and it's a quantum step. For me, it was a new world, was offering a portal to a new world, working with the TimeWaver. And in every kind and every item of my life, in every day of my life, I use this knowledge. Even by going outside or ordering something, it's another thinking. You will never be the same person again if you know this So I will describe now what's about the core training and what we will learn, okay? You will learn how you can use the TimeWaver for your clients and your practice, how to support your clients and how to support to become a better, greater, more stable and more efficient practice. You can use it on your own practice or client or clinic or business too. Not only for your clients, for the whole business, it's important to use the TimeWaver. I do it too. I am balancing the workshops and the books. Every book that I read is here in the TimeWaver, that people can easily understand it, that they will find it, that they will love it, that they will buy it, of course, and that will support the work with the healing. So my intention and my focus, I wrote the book because I want to inform a new Healy user best that he or she can slide in a rhythm of a good use of the Healy. Is my focus. And this focus is on the book too, because I want the best for every person who read it. And I want the best for every client. And I want the best for every product, that it fulfills its purpose and does in every layer well. And so in your practice too, what items do you have you want to optimize? You want to guide the process. You want something from this level to up-level it to another state, yes? How to create a client in the TimeWaver and which modules are available. We will go deeper in for your special purpose and see how you can profit from every detail of a TimeWaver, okay? How to prepare yourself optimally for the TimeWaver and work with the client. It's not only to start it and doing like an online game and pushing the buttons or turning the light on and off. It's a little preparation, like meditation, preparing ourselves with the TimeWaver work and for the client too. A client who has never worked with the TimeWaver or this idea of information and frequency work, how to deal with him or her, how to prepare him, how to do the best that the TimeWaver work will support him best. Then we can do anything more. Which treatment methods are available for chronic illnesses, stress, anxiety, burnout, and what quantum physics and the resonance and the information field can tell you. So if you have a complex patient here with several issues, with several chronic diseases, how do you start? How we go on? How we proceed? A TimeWaver analysis, how we proceed, the steps one after the other. I will show you my kind of work, and I want to invite you to include your kind of work. My kind of work has developed the last 12, 13 years with the TimeWaver. I will give you all of this, but you yourself, you have yet a kind of work. Include it, add it, combine it with one another. And it will be greater and better than even before. Some things more. What are the possible applications with the TimeWaver? Which modules are suitable for which purpose? We can create maybe in the energy point model. We can learn how to recreate our own modules, maybe for the dentist's practice or for a biological practice, for a pharmacy, for whatever, for children's wish practice. What do you want? We can create it. Everything and anything is possible. You have only to imagine your focus. This is for the focus is so important. What do you want to achieve in general and step by step? There are many focuses on many lists to achieve one step after another. And we will learn how to see this and have a pattern how to work, okay? Yes, of course, the basics of quantum physics resonance and information field, and the ethical aspect too. Where are the limits of information medicine? What can we do and what can we not do? The ethical aspect we will talk about, what we are allowed in the ethical aspect and what not. We will talk about again, beg your pardon, the 12 dimensions of Woka time. We will talk about them more detailed because of this basic understanding. You can imagine more what is possible and where you are working with and how you are working with and in which dimension you are and what you can expect from it and how you deal with the information field. We need more detailed information to use it in our everyday life. Then we will talk about again to the global scaling times. You know, the 37 seconds is this 1 minute, or it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. There are special seconds and minutes, and we don't know yet why they are, how they are. We will discover the knowledge of global scaling, what has changed my life in 2008, completely, this knowledge. I will never be the same person again with this knowledge, and I will give it to you. These are natural rhythms of the universe, and time has a natural rhythm too. So we have this strange seconds and minutes and hours and so on. I will explain you much more interesting things about this. How you create a client in the TimeWaver and who can be your client. How you can put in there not only men and women, animals you can put in, buildings and vehicles and your business. You can create products, you can create groups, maybe the group of your business employees or the group of your patients. I have the meditation group. Every 21st of the month we do a Healy presentation. I want to invite a Healy meditation. I want to invite you to. And I have a group of the Healy meditation persons in the TimeWaver, and we are analyzing what they need, what we need. I am into what we need, how we can support Mother Earth. And you can create some groups, even if it's 2 dogs, and they should be better with one another. Yes, a group of 2 dogs is also a group, and you put them in. Okay, there are so many details, and it's so interesting to figure out, oh, you can guide and transform all the world if they want to, if they allow you this to do. There are so many possibilities, great possibilities. And how do you prepare yourself optimally for the TimeWaver work with the client? We spoke about this. It's possible to optimize ourselves to do a better work, and how I will explain you in the core training. Yes, holistic approach for chronic illness. We spoke about this. What does a family constellation with the TimeWaver look like? I showed you there. We can optimize the relationship between persons, between the clients, the products, the company, and so on. Yes, the aura and chakra of your practice. Your practice is a virtual entity, and how we can use the aura program to balance the practice or the business. It's possible too, and the chakras have different meanings, and it's very, very interesting and important to be balanced there too. Finding hidden courses and remove blockages in the information field with the TimeWaver is possible. We can go to the meridians and figure out what the soul has to say, where are the blockades. We can see the foreign energies, how they disturb us and how to let it go. multidimensional detoxification methods with the TimeWaver. I think, in my opinion, detoxification of body, mind, and soul is the most important thing that we can do with chronic ill patients. And how to support it with the TimeWaver, you will be surprised what is possible. You will learn a lot. And the subject stress, anxiety, burnout, depressions, how they are treated holistically with TimeWaver. It's very important because we can figure out what the causes, the hidden causes are. And if we find the hidden causes and can balance them in the information field, there is lots of work done yet, and we can concentrate to several levels to treat it. And the TimeWaver is optimal to treat psychological issues and psychological diseases or topics. And how do you apply your new knowledge? This is important. If you have lots of knowledge, sometimes you may say, and how do I use it in my practice? What do I do with it? How can I go on for my work? And there I will support you too, of course, because I thought about this. This TimeWaver core training will be fun, 5 months, 5 workshops of 2 hours each, because maybe more than 2 hours, because every time I want to support you more, I want to give you more and give your best. I love it to give. And including, of course, the question and answer sessions. It will begin the 12th of March until the 9th of July, every second Friday in the month. And it will be online, so that you can take part wherever you are, and it is recorded. If you are not able to follow one live, it will be recorded and you will get all the information we had immediately after the workshop to participate. And if you have millions of questions, how to use the TimeWaver for you yourself, how to get a TimeWaver, any questions that you want, there is the personal bonus, personal 30 minutes with me. I will support you how to use your TimeWaver knowledge best, to figure out which TimeWaver is the best, how you can use maybe my TimeWaver, or how can I support you more. And every one of the participants of the core workshop will get 30 minutes personally with me to figure out how can I support you best and optimal. There's the bonus. Dina, maybe you want to tell about the bonus a little bit more, and we'll explain the next steps.
Yes, you already talked about the first bonus. So it is 30 minutes with Lisa. So you have a personal call with her and can talk private to her about all your specific questions about the TimeWaver and the work with it. So yes, this is really a quality time for you with Lisa, which you can enjoy and ask all your questions you have so far. And we also have a second bonus. Maybe Lisa can switch onto the next slide for it, because yes, this month, so for the next 3 days, you as a participant of the TimeWaver Mini Workshop will get 10% discount on the normal price of the TimeWaver core training with Lisa. So yes, if you book until end of February, which is, yes, basically 3 more days, yes, you will get it 10% cheaper as the normal price. And the normal price is 1,644 euro. And yes, for you until end of February, it is 1,495 euro. And it is also possible for you to pay it in yes, in 5 parts. So it's 345 euro per month for you if you prefer that. So in total, the price will be cheaper if you buy it all together. And yes, but you can choose which option is best for you. And you can also find the link right here. But I will also post the link into the chat so you can click on it. I just posted, I will just post it into the group. Yes, so you can click on it and read everything, every detail about the TimeWaver Core training. Yes, if you have any questions to this training, you can also just ask it right now and just type it into the chat. We have a little bit more time to yes, to answer all your questions about the training. I will post the link right now.
Yes, I think we can go to the next slide. This is our website. If you go to mosaic-medicine.com and you go to the TimeWaver here and the TimeWaver basic training or core training, then you will find all the description and all the details, what you gain and how to go on and the prices, and you can subscribe to the TimeWaver core training there, and you will be guided to the ELO page, and you know yet the ELO page from this mini workshop. And I will hope we'll have a great, wonderful group of therapists together. Maybe you know one of the therapists in your friends or colleagues, which is also interested. Give this information to your friends and colleagues. My mission is to create a great TimeWaver community, TimeWaver therapist community, to support international and together our patients and learn together and be there together. And even after the core training, we will fit together as a group and rest and support forever.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you have any questions about the TimeWaver core training? We can answer it right now. Yes, Mary Ellen is already writing. She is in and she is part of the TimeWaver therapy group. Yes, perfect. We are happy to welcome you and to work with you together.
Thank you. Heartily welcome, Mary.
Sarah is asking, will it be both in English and in German?
Yes, it will be in English and in German. In Germany, we have 10 o'clock this day in a German time and 7 p.m. for the English one, every time at the same day. So we'll parallel 2 courses and 2 trainings that we will have the same rate of knowledge every time. Yes.
And will the TimeWaver settings be in English in the core training?
Yes, the settings will be in English.
And can we get the recording of today's webinar? Lisa covered a lot of info today, and I would like to review all this again before making a decision to join the core group.
Yes, of course. We planned yet that it takes a little time until the Zoom recording has prepared. Then we will upload it, and I think tomorrow, it's evening now in Germany, and tomorrow we will be occupied to send you the emails with all the details that you need, and you can review the link again. And it's lots of information. Take your time and see it. So it's not only for tomorrow, it's until end of February. This will be end of Sunday. Here you have time enough to decide and sleep about this. And you're welcome so much to see the recording and ask more questions to Healy at mosaic-medicine.com.
Alena is asking, I have a business partner. Do we each pay separately or can we join together on the training?
I will think about this and let you know what these questions I was not prepared for. I will think about it, okay?
Okay, maybe Alena Alene, maybe you can write a message to healy@mosaic-medicine.com, and we will talk about this, and I'm sure we will find a solution for you and your business partner. Is the TimeWaver allowed in the US?
The TimeWaver is allowed, but it's not a medical device. You can use it, but you cannot describe a medical purpose on it.
I will type in the email address in the chat.
Yes.
healy@musikmedizin.com. Yeah. Will you provide certification?
Yes, I will do this, but not yet for the core training. You will have a certification of participation, yes, of course, of Mosaic Medicine, and I will prepare. We talked about this in our Mosaic team. That will be we will let ourselves certified. Yeah, certificate. Oh, the day is late now, so we will be approved and always be official of our certification afterwards. But for the core training, you will have a description and a certificate from Mosaic Medicine. Yes.
Yes. Are there more questions on the training? So TimeWaver device is the same in US as European device.
Yes,
it's not modified.
It's the same device, and it's translated. You can choose the language, and in the training we will work on the English TimeWaver device, of course. Yes, and it's the same. You buy the same thing, and it's not changed for the American market. No.
Okay. I think these are all questions.
Okay. So I will stop the presentation, and thank you so much that you were with us tonight. Thank you, Dina, so much for guiding us and reading the questions and asking and moderating. So wonderful. I'm every time so lucky and happy that you are at my side and the wonderful member of our Mosaic Medicine group and team. I'm so lucky, and thank you so much, Dina, for your support. And I thank you all together for being there, for having so many questions. I love it to answer so many questions. So you are interested. And are there some of you yet thinking about taking part? Please type in who of you is thinking about being member of the core training.
Yes, it would be really interesting about that. Thank you very much, Lisa, for the workshop and all the information you prepared for us and showed us. I think it's really a complex theme or parts and knowledge you have to gain. Yes, I think you've done this very well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I do it with all my heart. Again, my vision is to have a great TimeWaver therapist team around the world. And my mission is to do it with all my heart and give you all my knowledge and all this training, what you need to become a wonderful and good TimeWaver therapist. So I thank you for today. If there's no other question, Dina, we will close for now.
No more questions, but two more people who already told us that they are very interested in coming to our group and be part of the core training and work together with you.
So
yes.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. I'm proud of you all that you joined this If you have many questions, post them to healy@mosaicmedicine.com, to our internet, to our email address. Have a look on our website if you need more information or ask. We will be there for you the next days, Dina and me, and see the emails and answer them and be there for you.
Yes.
So, thank you so much. Have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are. Have a wonderful time, and we see you soon. Much love, your Lisa.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.